Happy late New Year everyone, and happy birthday to the man himself, J.R.R. Tolkien. So, a commenter in my last video asked a question about the Palantir. He asked, "Here's one I've always wondered. Why does Sauron think, according to Merry, that Pippin has the ring? I know he touches the Seeing Stone, and Sauron sees him, but after all that's happened with Frodo and the ring, why would Sauron suddenly believe that the ring was with Pippin?" Thanks for the question. Now, I was gonna make two separate videos explaining what the Palantíri are, what they do, where they came from, and a whole other video addressing the question. But I decided I would tackle both in this one video to rule them all, so get ready, and let's take our journey back to Middle-earth. First, let's discuss what the Palantíri are. The Palantíri are also known as Seeing Stones, and the word is derived from Quenya words. Palan means far and wide, and Tir means watch. These stones are used to communicate with one another, and the known number of stones are 7. They are also used to show particular visions, and things they wish to be shown to the recipient, like in Sauron's case, where he shows himself as an eye. He also shows the white tree burning, his physical form, and even Arwen. These dark stones varied in sizes, some smaller and some bigger than others. The big ones are reported to be so large, in fact, that it cannot be lifted by men. The 7 Seeing Stones were created by Fëanor, an elf who also created the Silmarils. More detail on that for another time. These stones were given as gifts to the Númenóreans by the elves, and then they placed them in these locations. At least, that is until the fall of Númenor. After that, 3 of the stones remained in Middle-earth. The one sitting in Orthanc, the one in Minas Ithil, now known as Minas Morgul, that Sauron uses, and the one in Minas Anor, also known as Minas Tirith. These stones are so dangerous, especially when they wind up in the wrong hands, and are the reason for Saruman's turn. Sauron was able to deceive him through it, which happened because Saruman was trying to deceive him, and then it backfired because it had an inverse effect. Sauron was also able to deceive Lord Denethor II into believing that there was no hope left for Minas Tirith, or for the entirety of Middle-earth for that matter, which is probably why Denethor seems so twisted in the films. Now this is where the answer to the question comes in. You see, Gandalf never mentioned anything about the ring being with Frodo in the Shire to Saruman in the books. He had to figure it out all on his own. And so after what Saruman was able to figure out, the only thing that was known was that a hobbit had it. They never figured out which one. So this is when they were finally able to deceive the ultimate deceiver himself. When Pippin used a stone from Orthanc, even though he didn't do it intentionally and thankfully he mentioned nothing, and when Aragorn wanted Sauron to bring out his armies so that they could face him at the Black Gate to buy Frodo and Sam more time as they walked through Gorgoroth, where it was the most heavily guarded, full of orcs, and where Barad-dûr is stationed. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Remember to hit subscribe, and until next time, I bid you farewell.